Hello all, welcome back. Today we'll try to solve a problem about speed and distances. This is a very interesting question and it requires a little bit of effort in understanding the question itself. Once you do that, the solution part is very easy. So I suggest you guys try to solve it on your own and then come back so that you understand the difficulty involved in this problem. So coming to the question, so we have two people, Rita and Sneha. They can row the boat at 5 kilometers and 6 kilometers respectively in a constant still water. And if the river is flowing at a certain velocity, and Sneha will take 48 minutes more to row a distance of 14 kilometers upstream versus than she takes for the downstream. Say, for example, if she is taking T1 time to go upstream and T2 minutes to come downstream, the difference is nothing but 48 minutes. So here, as while we travel towards the downstream, it will help or it will be easier for them to travel faster because the river velocity will also be added to the boat velocity. And while going upstream, the river velocity will be acting against the velocity of the boat, so it will be the velocity will be reduced, and hence it will take more time for to cover the same distance. So, based on the given information, let's call the velocity of the river as r, and now we know for upstream it will take her 14 kilometers divided by 6 minus r, and for downstream we have the same distance divided by 6 plus r, that equals to 48 minutes. Now, since everything is in kilometers and hours, let's convert this one also into hours. So that's why we're going to divide it by 60. So that we'll convert this into hours. Now, upon simplification, this equation will give us r square plus 35r minus 36 equal to 0. That implies r equal to 1 or minus 36. Since r is nothing but velocity of the river, we cannot take a minus 36, so it will be 1. Now, what is given in the second part? So, Rita starts from a point, goes upstream, and again comes downstream, and the total travel time is 100 minutes. Now, we know the distance, we don't know the distance here, so let's assume the distance is d, and we know the upstream velocity would be, for Rita, the velocity is 5 kilometers per hour. So we know 5 minus r is the upstream time. And for the downstream, has to travel the same distance downstream also, whereas the velocity will be added. So you'll have 5 plus r here. The total time is 100 minutes. So now again, let's convert this into hours. Now we already know r based on the previous equation. So let's substitute that and we'll get d by 4 plus d by 6 equal to 10 by 6. Upon simplification, we get d equal to 4. But she has to do the travel to and fro, so that will essentially means the total distance traveled by her will be 2 into d, that is equal to 8 kilometers. Thank you.